Officially. Hello. I need caffeine. Need it now. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's good. All right. Well, let's get going. What do we have? We had like crazy bullshit going on over the weekend. Fucking terror attacks. God knows what. Actually, any of that was. One near me, especially. I don't even know what the heck that was. Like 5 miles away. In Fairfax County. Stabbing on the highway is a weird one. Still don't know what the deal with that was. I don't know if maybe there have been updates since, but they're pretty hush-hush about it. All right, let's see. Share. Good. And good. All right.
Chanted death to America.
This is just this morning.
Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America.
I don't know if he spoke this morning or
from Israel.
Or this is from yesterday.
This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change.
If it's from this morning, maybe we'll go check it out. We'll see. Oh my God, all this freaking dumb Jim Carrey shit. Dear God. People literally like freaking out over Jim Carrey for weeks on end, swearing up and down he's not Jim Carrey anymore, and it's like a different guy or something. Like an actor in a mask or something. You know, this stupid fucking garbage. You know, that stuff.
Please, Mr. Jim Carrey, every fake news is saying you are not
all because he looks old and different.
Jim Carrey.
Like a little bit different than he did compared to pictures of him 20 years ago.
That's true or not? Please.
Like, God, I just...
Give
Why? Why are people this dumb?
answer. After Epstein files, you actually say something. That's true or not? Are you true? You say...
It's like people are completely unaware that plastic surgery and aging is a thing.
Man, please answer. Please answer. Are you doing Jim Carrey? Are you actually true Jim Carrey? Is real original Jim Carrey?
So people are freaking out, I guess, now because in this video, he signs autographs with his right hand. Ooh. And apparently, Jim Carrey is left-handed. Let's see if that's true. First thing I found, first result, all I searched for was Jim Carrey signing autographs 2017.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, gee, there's Jim Carrey from 10 years ago. Signing autographs with his right hand.
1 second, guys.
This is the garbage that fucking makes its way around the internet. So I'm so sick of this shit.
Next one to get you. I don't want to get you. Thanks so much, Jim.
No, people. Jim Carrey has not been replaced with a clone or an actor or a transgender in a mask. That's the next one. Not kidding. Hold on. Yes, now the next one making the rounds is some retarded, idiotic drag queen, literally right there, claiming he put on a mask and performed a social experiment or something and pretended to be Jim Carrey at the awards. And posted up what was clearly an AI-generated image of a Jim Carrey mask. Like, come the fuck on. And this shit just flies around the internet with retard after retard after retard. Just chucking it out there themselves over and over and over and over and over. This is like a week I've been seeing this shit. I don't get it. Something's going on, though. Something's going on with this shit. Bizarre. Oh, this was nuts. The direct hit in Jerusalem from yesterday.
Oh my god. Holy shit! Oh my god! Yo! No way!
Yeah.
No way! No way! Oh
Okay,
my
pop
god!
out my chats here.
Oh my god! Oh,
Bing.
holy fuck!
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy
my
one.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! That's retarded! It actually hit right here! Oh my
Did you just say that's retarded?
god, that actually... That's retarded! That's retarded!
He did. And then the Packies thought that it would be a bright idea to go try to pull in Nepal on the U.S. Embassy. Didn't go too well for them. Yeah, that's a gun. This video is really brutal. Just fair warning. It's about to get kind of bloody. That guy's arm was like kind of hanging off a little bit. Disabled. That one got a shot in the hand. That one too. Oof. That's a boo-boo. Ooh, what happened to him? Wait till you see the one that dies. Not that one. I don't know why they blink out the sound here. It's weird. That one. That one. Right there. Look at this guy. Look at him. Still walking. And carried out, sorta. Still walking. And he's gone.
Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down.
Crazy. That's what happens when you screw around. We are not Nepal, motherfuckers. Yeah. Fafo Packies. Okay, what's next? What's next? Do I have anything else up there? Oh, here's footage of the hit. Oh, that's like all the emergency services trying to reach the hit in Jerusalem. I thought I'd tag some. Yeah, here we go. Footage of the actual on the ground.
يا الله قدامي بالظبط هذا مات هذول ماتوا بالسيارة
Okay, that we saw. Oh, there's the stabbing here in Northern Virginia. Allegedly some kind of road rage incident where, you know, some guy got like really mad and decided to start stabbing literally everyone. Yeah, I don't know about that. 4 victims, including a dog. Oh, this is fantastic. good. It goes on. There's more. But we'll keep moving. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I tagged this to watch later. Myself. Gotta remember to come back to that. Alright, I think that's about it. That's all I had tagged. Cool. Now down the pile we go. We woo. We woo, we woo, we woo. Come on. Oh boy. Here we are. Alright. 2 hours this morning. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. All right. Trump is participating in executive time. Executive time this morning at 8 a.m. 11 a.m. Participating in the Medal of Honor ceremony. 1:30 signing time. 2 p.m. policy meeting. 4 p.m. policy meeting. Good day. It's a busy day.
Military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true.
Oh, hold on. We missed the beginning of that.
Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. Earlier today, CENTCOM.
Yeah, the Iranians have serious missile tech. Not getting around that. There are going to be casualties. Okay, March 1st, 3 U.S. F-15E Strike Eagles flying in support of Operation Epic Fury went down over Kuwait. Oh, geez, due to a friendly fire incident. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Pilot's safe, thank God. Man, that's scary. Wonder what exactly happened.
Planes. You'll see some of that video shortly.
Shot down by mistake by Kuwaiti air defense. Thankfully, all 6 air crew ejected safely. Thank God.
Doing here, Kuwait looks as though through their missile defense has taken out 2 of our planes. You'll see some of that video shortly. They've done that. Thankfully, our pilots are okay, but this is the type of mass coordination that has to be pulled off. You got armies in these Arab states. They have their own missile defense. We have our units. And on the other side, you also have
Kuwait be like, shit. Sorry about that. My bad, guys.
Israel working. So the coordination's got to be exquisite. Sometimes doing here, Kuwait looks as though
Trump stopping on his way into the White House to check out the new Patriot statues in the Rose Garden. Oh, yeah, they got those up. Hey, that's cool. Would appear to be Benjamin Franklin. Maybe? Hard to say. That's pimp stick.
Mr. President, what's your main objective? Mr. President, what is your main objective? What is it?
My main objective is to win. Can't hear anything.
What's the statue?
No idea. Benjamin Franklin and Alexander Hamilton. Excuse me. Nice. Cool photo. Here we are. Appears to be Benjamin Franklin and, Washington. Maybe not. Maybe not Jefferson. That is most certainly Franklin. This, however, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. It could be Washington. Suppose it could be Jefferson. Kind of lean more towards Washington now. U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Chairman of Joint Chiefs General Dan Kane will hold a press conference. Well, they just held it. We'll come back to that.
Iran, the widespread protests after news this.
You guys will have to let me know if you watched it. If it's already been seen this morning, whatever. But if not, suppose we probably ought to check it out.
Supreme leader was killed along with more than 40 of Iran's leaders. Protesters across Tehran now shouting death to America, while others in Iran are quietly celebrating, hoping for a new future now. Here's Martha Raddatz.
Tonight, the Iranian regime shaken to its core. More than 40 of its leaders dead in strikes carried out with astonishing speed and exquisite intelligence. Within minutes of the opening strikes, not only was Iran's supreme leader killed, but the head of Iran's armed forces, the defense minister, and 7 senior military leaders, along with dozens more commanders. The strikes have prompted celebrations in the streets and in the privacy of Iranian homes. But today, tens of thousands of tearful mourners gathered in Tehran's main square, pounding their chests, waving flags, and throughout the country, many shouting, "Death to America." This man called the attacks on the regime shocking news that really fills one with anger, full of hatred towards Israel and America. We must avenge the blood of the leader. The Iranian foreign minister today insisting to ABC News that the deaths of military leaders will make little difference to Iran's military capabilities.
Well, we have lost some commanders, that is a fact. But another fact is that nothing has changed in our military capability. This is exactly what happened last time. They killed some of our top commanders at the beginning of the strikes, but they were replaced very soon, and in less than 12 hours, we were able to start retaliation.
Iran's retaliation was swift and broad throughout the region, but the loss of that many leaders would leave any military deeply rattled.
No matter what the foreign minister says, taking out 40 of the top leadership means that most of the units in the field are operating independently and without centralized direction.
And David, we're not sure whether Israel and the U.S. meant to spare Iran's president in the strikes, but tonight he is with an interim leadership council. According to Iran's constitution, the council will remain in place until a new supreme leader is chosen by the so-called Assembly of Experts, and that could be soon. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz live in Washington for us. Martha, thank you.
Former Marine Corps officer David Burke weighs in after the shoot down of the 3 jets in a friendly fire incident.
I hate to say it, but that is one of the most complex things in warfare, especially when you're collaborating with your allies. Several different countries in the region fly the same aircraft. There's a lot of complexity in what we call the IFF, the Identify Friend or Foe. It's the signals we transmit in our aircraft to tell the world who we are and what we're doing. Any small deviation from that, and in this case in Kuwait, can create a situation where they think we're looking at an enemy aircraft, and unfortunately that has catastrophic effects. I am so glad to hear all 6 aircrew are okay. That's a tough, tough situation. I hate to say it, but that is one of the most complex things in warfare, especially when you're collaborating with your allies. Several different countries in the region fly the same aircraft. There's a lot of complexity in what we call the IFF, the Identify
There's Reza Pahlavi, exiled crown prince. Pitching himself to lead a democratic transition. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do some looking into this guy, because I don't know terribly much about him. Seems all right, but you know, who fucking knows? Especially with the history of what went on in his country and who his family is and who put them in power. You know.
If you were to give me
Let's see what he says.
the opportunity to say to the Iranian people and the world, when is it that I go back there? It will be the first minute I get the opportunity to do that, and that has to be, of course, orchestrated properly. I'm ready to go there as soon as possible. I would like to be there, whether it is before the regime collapses or right after the regime collapses. It is important for me to be among my compatriots to fight the final battle and bring it to fruition. If you were to give me the opportunity to say to the Iranian people,
interview here with 60 Minutes or whatever. Yeah.
MGM Plus.
Let's skip around this for a second. Let's see what they get into.
The United States,
Texas, take care of your own safety and stay.
This is video overnight after the announcement of the death of the Ayatollah in the city of Isfahan. What does that mean to you?
That means that finally we are ready to go back to the streets, even though I've cautioned them that for now you better take care of your own safety and stay at home. The time will come to go back on the streets. But then again, you see that despite that, people still are brave enough to say to hell with it. Because to us it's liberation. To us it's like a humanitarian intervention to protect lives that could otherwise continue to be lost.
Oh, look at that. History here. What do we got? Back to that. Oh, well.
Of the nuclear program.
Mohammad Reza Pahlavi was close to the United States, but he brutally suppressed opposition and showered friends with lavish wealth. In 1979, he left Iran amid rising political tension, and a hardline cleric, Ayatollah Khomeini, returned from exile to lead a revolution. Iranians blamed the U.S. for supporting the king, and revolutionaries overran the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and held 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. Your father's reign is remembered for repression and one of the largest uprisings in the nearly 50-year history of the regime erupted. Iran's morality police arrested a 22-year-old woman accusing her of failing to cover her hair. She was killed in custody.
Covered a decent amount of ground in 13 minutes. I'll have to go watch that on my own later. FBI says the Austin bar. I don't know the details of that. And I saw that it happened, but haven't really been looped in on that. Austin bar shooting may have been a potential nexus to terrorism. So I think I remember reading that did the guy have a like a T-shirt on or something?
Yeah, you know, we don't live in fear here in this country. I mean, and the best, you know, the best, you know, we don't live in fear here in this country. I mean, we and the best, you know, the thing that you can do to help that counterterrorism effort at a time like this, when the danger is high, is to do the old see something, say something. If it raises the hair on the back of your neck, then make the phone call, call the
Some kind of like pro-Islam T-shirt. I forget what it was.
The thing that you can do to help that counterterrorism effort at a time like this, when the danger is high, is to do the old see something, say something. If it raises the hair on the back of your neck, then make the phone call, call the FBI tip line. You're not going to stigmatize people. They'll look at it, they'll triage it very quickly, and if it's something, then they'll act on it. But they do need to leverage the American public and get their tips and leads at a time like this. We don't live in fear here in this country. I mean, we and the best, you know, the thing that you can do to help that counter.
Oh, that's looped. All right. Brandon Gill demanding an 100% total and complete ban on Islamic immigration into the U.S. after an African man wearing a Property of Allah sweatshirt committed a mass shooting in Austin. It was an African, huh? Holy shit. Ah, you can see him down there, I think. I might want to, like, get the hell out of there.
What is going on? Fuck. Oh. What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck?
It would be a shooting, sir. It would be... Yeah, that's what that is. Just blissful ignorance, those people. All right. Enemy within. Counterterrorism experts fear sleeper cells could be poised inside the U.S. Well, duh. I mean, our borders have been literally wide open for God knows how long. Just a question of math. Nope. Oh, we'll skip that. That's all right. I don't feel like waiting for a stupid ad. Rude. Speaker Johnson expects war powers vote on Thursday. Okay. Jackie Heinrich says, moments ago I spoke with President Trump, who tells me he knows how many targets are left to hit. The president told me 48 Iranian leaders were wiped out in one shot. One-shotted them.
Moments ago, I spoke with President Trump, who tells me he knows how many targets are left to hit as part of the joint U.S. and Israeli strikes. The president told me 48 Iranian leaders were wiped out in one shot, adding that Operation Epic Fury is moving along rapidly. Moments ago, I spoke with President Trump, who tells me he knows.
Been confirmed that the CIA has been closely tracking Khamenei for months, and we caught him in a high-level regime meeting all in one place. That's when the strike was greenlit.
So how did the U.S. do it? How did we strike at the very top of a closed regime deep inside Iran? Well, the CIA had been tracking Ayatollah Khamenei for months, mapping his movements, his security, his inner circle. Intel picked up on a high-level meeting, top regime leaders, all in one place. That's when the strike was greenlit. And now the bigger question, what comes next? Right now, Israel is carrying out more strikes in Tehran. They are also right now striking Hezbollah targets across Lebanon. The IDF says Hezbollah is operating on behalf of the Iranian regime, but Iran is also hitting back. So how did the U.S. do it? How did we...
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei was killed, along with about 40 other senior members, in strikes on Saturday.
Of Ayatollah Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader for the past 37 years.
Oh boy.
The Islamic Republic now marking 40 days of mourning for the Ayatollah, and also wiped out top military and political leadership, at least 40 people, according to Israel. A succession plan was put in place months ago, but I'm told the gears of the bureaucracy and much of the military and the secret police are still in place. Analysts tell me that for the regime, merely absorbing these airstrikes and surviving against threats both internal and external will be considered a kind of victory. And it's one reason that Israeli military officials tell me that they are hoping to accelerate their attacks against the regime to try to topple it before President Trump decides perhaps to pause those strikes and re-engage in talks with whatever is left of Iran's leadership. Tarika.
Matt Gutman and Amon Jordan.
Senator Hagerty.
Taken a significant first. The objective is here to take out Iran's short-range ballistic missile capabilities. We've taken a significant first step on Saturday. We're going to continue to do this, not only to take out their stockpiles, but to take out their ability to launch. Now that the Israelis have taken out all of the air power, all of the air control from Iran, we have free rein to go in and hunt and seek and destroy these capabilities. If you think about what Iran did after our bunker bombs several months ago, we told them that was the end of the nuclear program. We completely destroyed it. President Trump was clear, and that Midnight Hammer was a complete success. Now, what have they done? Started moving back in the direction of creating nuclear capabilities. It is over. President Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu have had enough of this. It's over. I think the regime sees this. They may be taking some last-ditch measures, but their days are numbered. And everyone in the region, I think, is celebrating this. Just look at the photos. Look at the images of people on the streets of Iran. Now is a generational opportunity for them to take their country back. The objective is here to take out Iran's short-range ballistic missile capabilities. We've taken a significant first step on Saturday. We're going to continue to do this, not only to take out their
Last night, U.S. B-2 stealth bombers armed with 2,000-pound bombs struck Iran's hardened ballistic missile facilities. Whoa. I mean, this is actually the night before, but it was posted yesterday. God, such stunning planes, man. Look at that thing, dude. Responsible for countless UFO sightings, I'm sure. I mean, just look at that profile. That is a flying saucer if I've ever seen one. Such a gorgeous piece of machinery. All right. Former White House National Security Advisor Megan O'Sullivan, okay, weighs in on exiled Crown Prince Pahlavi's bid to lead Iran's transition.
There isn't really, despite the words of the Shah's son, there's not really a cohesive institutional opposition framework for Iran. And reliance too much on the exile population is a lesson that we definitely learned in Iraq. It looks like it is an easy solution from the outside, but it can be quite difficult if those actors don't have legitimacy inside of Iran.
Yeah.
There isn't really...
That is a fantastic point. It's a very good point. Who did she advise? Sullivan. Remarkably accurate for the DC talking head. Who did she work for? Which admin? Doesn't say. Okay, so she served under Colin Powell. Interesting. She's acknowledging that. Briefing today for the Gang of Eight, top congressional leaders and top members of House and Senate Intel committees today on the Iran war. House-wide briefing on Iran at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. As well as head of their paramilitary, that's parliamentary faction, Mohammed Rad, was reportedly killed in Beirut, Lebanon on March 2nd during retaliatory Israeli strikes.
Remember, a major blow being dealt there to Hezbollah. One of its last surviving, must I say, tall leaders, Mohammad Rad, now in fact reportedly being killed as part of Israel's retaliatory airstrikes. Remember, these airstrikes were performed after Hezbollah fired a volley of rockets towards Israel, and in a retaliatory fire, Gauri, Israel took on parts of capital Beirut and southern Lebanon, from which we are now getting reports that the head of Hezbollah's parliamentary committee, Mohammad Rad, has finally been eliminated. Back to you.
Okay, now this is extremely significant for our viewers tuning in right now. Let's tell them exactly what we are talking about. You are, there is this huge terror outfit, Hezbollah, which also struck Israel in the last 2 days, trying to open another front.
Dude, I'm sorry, I can't do it. The Indian news. No, I can't do it. What that really happened was, let me tell you, very, very bad. Stabbing. Left side of the stream is scrolling. That's good. Oh yeah, you know, I did forget to confirm that. Let me just go give them a boot, just to be sure. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Refresh. On chat, refresh. Hopefully that fixes it. We'll see. Doesn't look like it though. Oh no, there it goes. There it goes. We're good. Cool. All right, let's see. This is footage from. I drive here like every day. This exact stretch every day. And there it is. This is literally like mere miles from me. Crazy stuff, dude. Suspect shot dead. Apparently stabbed a lady and a dog. 4 stabbing victims at the scene. One 39-year-old female succumbed to her injuries. Dog was also stabbed and is deceased. Or Papa. Pup was probably, I'm assuming, trying to protect their human. And, well, yeah. Did you really just say you can't park there? Terrible. Terrible. Shame on you. That's a good one. We'll come back to the press conference. Hold on. Let's see. How long is it? How long is this thing? 40 minutes. All right. We'll skip the initial part. We'll just go to the questions. That's always the most interesting bit, in my opinion, anyway. The rest is just like typical admin fluff, you know. Okay, U.S. mission in Iraq tells personnel to shelter in place. Yeah. 4th U.S. service member has been killed in Iran's initial attacks. He was critically wounded. And has died of his injuries. As of early this morning. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte weighing in.
The good news is here that there is no a shiver of light between us. The Europeans, Canada, Mark Carney, the United States, the American president, all for one for all, because everybody supports here in Europe. The fact that Khamenei is gone, that the nuclear capability is gone, that the ballistic missile program has been now degraded, which was a big threat for Europe, for Israel, for the whole region. We see countries like the UAE, Bahrain, Oman and other Gulf nations now under attack. Indiscriminate attacks against innocent civilians living in Dubai and in other proud capitals in the region. So we are dealing with a regime in Iran which is terrorist by nature, which is exporting chaos to the region, and that's why everybody supports what is being done now here under President Trump's leadership.
Massachusetts State Auditor's Bureau of Special Investigations has uncovered a staggering $11.9 million siphoned off from programs meant to help those in need. In real need. SNAP, Medicaid, and other assistance programs. 11.9 million, is that it? Why do I get the feeling that there's more?
This is a Fox News alert. Saturday.
Oh, because 11.9 million is nothing.
America.
When it comes to the numbers that pump through those programs. That's why. A full 40+% of Medicaid, I'll bet you. Fraud. SNAP, I mean, there's a lot of legitimate use of SNAP. I mean, I took advantage of SNAP during rough times in my life years back, and definitely needed it. But that too, we've all seen the videos of, you know, the grocery store runs. Just disgusting. And then the what do you call it, those gas stations that set up the scam where they basically exchange cash for people's SNAP benefits, bring up, you know, like fake items and then pay out cash with a little, you know, a little skim on the top, of course.
This is a Fox News alert. Saturday in America continuing to track fraud allegations all across the country. We've seen it in Maine. We brought you some questions about some funding that allegedly was misused in Maine. Those were private donations. Then California. And now, here's the next state, Massachusetts. Now, the state's auditor just released a report revealing massive fraud within programs like Mass Health, the Department of Transitional Assistance, and the Department of Early Education and Care. These are all programs that provide social services to the Massachusetts community. And as you can see, there was over $4 million in fraud uncovered in the state's SNAP program alone. Another $1.3 million connected to the state's Mass Health program, and hundreds of thousands of dollars found in other state programs. We're also learning of 22 civil recoveries that reclaimed nearly $800,000 in fraudulent overpayments. Now, the total amount of fraud in fiscal year 2025 alone was nearly $12 million. That's in 1 year. That's your money. Now, as all this fraud is being exposed, President Trump is reportedly planning to sign an executive order establishing a new fraud task force. Signaling its importance, it will be led by Vice President J.D. Vance.
Billy Bobo. Yeah, this freaking cat, man. Ridiculous. All right. It'll sit down here begging to come up, and it won't come up until I get the blankie and do this. I have to put my hands up, and then it jumps up. Such a doofus. Silly cat. Hands up, don't shoot, right, Bobo? Yeah. Whipple Ice Facility. Speaking of. Hands up, don't shoot. Oh my god, they've got ridiculous looking makeshift shields. Did they just get their head like smacked on the sidewalk too? Fantastic. Oh yeah! That's a boo-boo.
I've watched it. I'm terrorized people for these thoughts. Terrorized people for these thoughts. Reacting to the ground. Reacting to the ground. You're all masked up, baring your teeth. You're all masked up, baring your teeth. S-O-R-I-N.
S-O-R-I-N. No idea. Is it their name? Police officers in Minneapolis arrested one of the fattest anti-ICE protesters I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Be careful. That's a human being right there. Give him help.
They're seriously, this is what they've stooped to, using fat people to obstruct ICE by making it difficult to arrest them.
Okay, stand up. Stand up. Make sure he's comfortable.
Because they're so fat.
Be careful.
Dude, that guy is huge, man. You know what? Bring in the fucking bulldozer, man. Screw him. Just hog tie him and bulldoze that fucker out of there. Why Iran's ballistic missile force remains the greatest threat. Catherine Herridge. These military testing memos are strong evidence Iran experimented with and deployed contaminated or dirty warheads against U.S. forces as early as January 2020. Oh, geez. Weird. 3 independent environmental experts who reviewed the military records told us actinium-228, bismuth-214, cesium-137 seemed out of place with a conventional warhead. Jeez, dude. Gross. Wonder how many of these strikes on various locations that they've done so far have been using those. Ugh. Muslims yelling Allahu Akbar through the streets of DC holding no war signs.
Takbir! 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 Bye-bye, Israel! Bye-bye, Israel!
Well, it looks like... There we go. All U.S. military bases have now been placed on FPCON Bravo, a heightened security alert level. The status indicates an increased and more predictable threat of possible terrorist activity, prompting enhanced security measures at military installations. Oh, shit. Okay. There we are. Bill Clinton released a video statement asserting that he was unaware of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and defending his wife, Hillary Clinton, saying she should not have been summoned to testify before lawmakers. Oh yeah, do we get the footage today? When do we get the footage from their testimony?
The girls and women whose lives Jeffrey Epstein destroyed deserve not just justice, but healing. They've been waiting too long for both. Though my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light, And though I never witnessed during our limited interactions any indication with what was truly going on, I offered the little I do know in the hopes that it would help prevent anything like this from ever happening again. I also have to say something personal. Republicans made Hillary testify yesterday, and she had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, nothing. She has no memory of ever even meeting him. She neither traveled with him nor visited any of his properties.
Wrong.
So whether 10 people or 10,000 people were subpoenaed, including her, was simply not right. So here's what I told the committee. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing. No matter how many photos they show of me, I have two things that at the end of the day matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do. I saw nothing.
Boy, was that a Bill Clinton's ism if I ever heard one. Man, oh man.
Things that at the end of the day are old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do.
Says man on verge of complete dementia.
I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. The girl.
Okay, buddy. Okay. In a stunning moment, Senator Adam Schiff says he wishes Ayatollah Khamenei was still alive and that Trump should not have helped take him out.
The Ayatollah Khamenei led a regime that brutalized its own people, launched attacks around the world for almost 40 years. So is the president right to take him out?
No, you're right about the Ayatollah. He was a brutal dictator. This is a murderous regime. But at the same time, it posed no...
He was a brutal dick potato.
...imminent threat of attack to the United States.
Ayatollah Khamenei...
Yeah, okay, Schiff. Okay, Rubio will brief the House and Senate today regarding Iran. A 27th leftist rioter that stormed the Minnesota church has been arrested while in a foreign country. So they fled, huh?
Yeah, been here.
Doesn't say which one. 3 to go. This Austin CBS reporter is being praised nationwide for refusing to follow orders from higher-ups to ignore massive support for Trump and Israel obliterating Khamenei. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I saw this clip the other day. Caught during like a live stream. They don't want us to focus on this, says the guy off camera. Well, I am, he says. Good for you, buddy. Fourth brave U.S. troop has died.
But we expect casualties. But in the end, it's going to be a great deal for the world. End of quote. Trump also says U.S. is ahead of schedule and suggests possible decapitation of Iranian leadership, meaning taking them all out, as many as they can. And of course, we just heard from the IDF Brigadier General and spokesperson in Israel saying, look, they have a long list of attacks and goals. They haven't even gotten through the second day yet. They are working steadily. NBC, of the 3 service members.
AI skills are in demand, but don't always command a pay premium, report shows. More than 60% of companies that PayScale surveyed have updated their job listings to show they're looking for workers with an AI edge. This guy fled Iran with family in 1979.
We are waking up to the hope that this is the dawn of a new season. My family and I escaped from Iran when I was 9 years old, when the Iranian Revolution happened. My father was high-ranked in the military, and so we were forced to escape and run for our lives. And we found safe harbor as refugees under political asylum here in the United States. And in one sense, we are the American dream. This was the land of opportunity for us. But in another sense, we had another dream, and that was to see the people of Iran liberated. And just to think today that this is both overwhelming hope and terrifying and exhilarating for our people, that we might actually see the people of Iran freed, is just such an incredible moment for us. And so,
oh boy, thank you, Steph. Just in, Trump expected to address Iran in remarks from the White House at 11 a.m. this morning. Coming up soon. Iran's national anthem in Manhattan. Yeah, well, I know. Oh, there she goes. With food or something. Oh, look at, do you see the other cat in the ice cream truck? Yeah. Look at her. Hi, baby. Meow. All right. CBS reports on the reactions of the Iranian people. Okay, let's see.
People, what are you hearing from them tonight? We know they're celebrating. What's the feeling?
It's an incredible dissonance that they had to choose war over a regime, but they were willing to do it. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, America. It's not death to America after they killed the leader. The Americans and the Israelis did it. It's not death to Israel and death to America. It's thank you. It's a new day dawning, but very early days. Very, very early days. So we'll have to see what comes. But it's the Iranian people that have been telling me over and over and over again, we want this. We're not regimists. We're not Islamic. I don't even say, oh, my God, to my Iranian friends, because they don't want God to be any part of this.
The Iranian people, what do you hear?
That's weird. Okay. Odd comment to make. Columbia University anti-Israel group posts death to America after U.S. and Israel kill Khamenei. Do we get a link? Yes. Posted death to America in Persian. Very rude. Yeah, it is pretty bonkers. It's weird. Iranian women Masses of them celebrating. And women over here protesting it. So-called feminists. From North London, Iranians and Israelis celebrating the streets together. Okay.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
Star Wars. Interesting. Very interesting. IRGC forces fleeing to Afghanistan, allegedly. Fleeing to Afghanistan using altered passports and disguises following heavy losses. Witnesses in this video say they are even shaving their beards to avoid being identified, which I guess is like a big deal.
میرن طرف دروازه اینا همونه که تا دیروز لباس پاتانشون حالا پاسپورت دست گرفتن دارن فرار میکنن ببین اون جلوم همه لباس مشکلی شاشون زدن ماسک زدن کسی نشناسه ولی معلوم است دارن میرن باور کن نصف
Flying over the city of LA. Thank you, Trump, from Iranian people. Iranian revelers and anti-regime demonstrators celebrating President Trump by doing his dance.
What were you thinking when you saw the news?
It could have been this. It's been
47 years of this tyranny. I've been coming to this federal building since the 1980s, since the Islamic Republic of Iran has been in power. They are the most barbaric terrorist organization in the entire world. With them gone, the world will be a better place.
It's time for the world to breathe. It's time for the Iranian
it depends heavily on what comes next.
People to go.
But this is a good thing. There's no doubt about that. Just the big question mark kind of hanging over the whole thing. Where's it gonna go? Because that's the question.
To where they're supposed to go. To really.
Where things have gone sour before.
Ourselves from this darkness. The world is going to be in a better place. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Israel. We love you. The world is going to be in much better place as of today. And we don't know how to thank Israel and President Trump. All I can tell you is I've been living for 47 years. And the future of everybody in the whole world depended on this regime being gone. And now they're gone. Now that they're gone, we can finally breathe. I don't know how to thank President Trump as much as I'm speechless. I am speechless, but I'm hoping the end is finished and we're going to live to see the new future for the world and the Iranian people and everybody around the world, not just Muslims, Christian, Jews, all of us. We need to get along and make the world a better place.
Do you still have family in Iran?
Absolutely.
Yes. Have you been able to speak with them at all?
As of yesterday, no, but from what we've seen is they are celebrating everywhere in Iran. They're not afraid. They don't have anything to lose anymore. These people will go out of their way. They have nothing to lose. They're so fearless. For the first time, nobody's left Tehran. Where before in the previous war, they were told to leave Tehran. No one's left Tehran. They want to finish the job and get it over with.
Oops. Oh gosh darn it. Back here. Like minimizing my windows. And I don't want to minimize. Okay, there we go. Iranian Canadians chanting U.S. Army, thank you.
U.S. Army, thank you! U.S. Army, thank you! U.S. Army, thank you! U.S. Army, thank you!
Iranians are so funny. They're generally very nice people. I grew up with a lot of, as you can imagine, a rather large Iranian population around here that fled the country in the late 70s. And went to school with a lot of their kids, and they are all, in my experience, excellent people. They're very nice. But they're goofy. They're funny. Like the goofy chanting and yeah.
U.S. Army, thank you! U.S. Army, thank you!
American Iranian here thanking President Trump and slamming American socialists that are protesting Trump's actions.
As Iranian Americans, we find that to be unfortunately disheartening that a lot of our colleagues in America left is ultimately siding with the Ayatollah.
And I said, thank you, President Trump. Why are you saying thank you to President Trump?
Well, President Trump has done something historic. Let's recognize that, regardless of partisan and politics of that kind, just regardless of that, as a matter of national security, recognize what President Trump has done, which has been what, a lot of the prior administrations never did, and that is standing up to the Ayatollah, standing up to the Islamic regime, which has also ultimately, unfortunately, taken hostage 95 million people.
Yesterday, we were actually here for a protest where American socialists got here and said, hands off Iran. It's almost as if they were endorsing an Islamic regime that oppresses the people that just simply want to go and protest or have some form of democracy. What do you think about that?
I find it to be very sad and short-sighted. I find it to be very sad that the issue of Iran has become a partisan left versus right issue rather than an American issue, rather than a matter of human rights. We can't, as a matter of people, decide which human rights we're going to ultimately...
It used to be, more or less. I think only more recently that it became such a... As with everything now, all over party lines.
Honor and which human rights we're going to ultimately stand against and march against. As Iranian Americans, we find that to be unfortunately disheartening that a lot of our colleagues in American left is ultimately siding with the Ayatollah, being upset that the Ayatollah has got the justice that it deserves.
And do you think that's mainly though because they're so anti-Trump, or are they hijacked by some ideology that makes them endorse for some reason the Ayatollah?
So, the answer to that would be speculative, but I think what's, the more troubling question is why?
Indeed. Echoes of Freedom. Times Square. Wow. Death to America, former campaigner for Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Glory to the axis of resistance. May we see victory within our lifetimes. Margbar America, Margbar Israel.
Cuckoo. Ay, ay, ay. House primaries in Texas and North Carolina will be first to use partisan redrawn maps. Contest won't answer yet whether GOP can flip 6 seats it redrew. Let's hope so, because their side's doing it too. And they always have been. Texas Senate final poll. Ugh. Ugh. No. Let's hope that's bullshit. Nancy Pelosi when Barack Obama was dropping bombs left and right across the Middle East.
So, Madam Speaker, or Madam Leader, you're saying that the president did not need authorization initially and still does not need any authorization from Congress on Libya?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I bet she's changed her tune now. FBI records show Secret Service was warned about an unknown male acting suspiciously. Yet President Trump was allowed to take the stage in Butler. Now we get to this.
We will hunt you down if you kill Americans, if you threaten Americans anywhere on earth, we will hunt you down without apology and without hesitation, and we will kill you. If you
Exit tells the left and fake news to screw off.
To the media outlets and political left screaming endless wars, stop. This is not Iraq. This is not endless. I was there for both. Our generation knows better, and so does this president. He called the last 20 years of nation-building wars dumb.
Yep.
And he's right. This is the opposite. This operation is a clear, devastating, decisive mission. Destroy the missile threat, destroy the Navy, no nukes. Israel has clear missions as well, for which we are grateful. Capable partners, as we've said since the beginning, capable partners are good partners. Unlike so many of our traditional allies who wring their hands and clutch their pearls, hemming and hawing about the use of force. America hemming and hawing pearls hemming and hawing about the use of force. America, regardless of what so-called international institutions say, is unleashing the most lethal and precise air power campaign in history. B-2s, fighters, drones, missiles, and of course, classified effects. All on our terms, with maximum authorities. No stupid rules of engagement, no nation-building quagmire, no democracy-building exercise, no politically correct wars. We fight to win, and we don't waste time or lives. As the president warned, an effort of this scope will include casualties. Pearls.
Hegseth reveals the conflict in Iran will end on only America First terms.
They're the beating heart of what it means to wear the uniform, that uniform. You think clearly under fire, you act decisively in chaos, you uphold the Constitution, and you uphold our country without hesitation. We are not defenders anymore. We are warriors, trained to kill the enemy and break their will. History is watching. Be the force you swore an oath to be: focused, disciplined, lethal, and unbreakable. Powerful missiles and drones to create a conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Let me say that again. A conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Our bases, our people, our allies, all in their crosshairs. Iran had a conventional gun to our head as they tried to lie their way to a nuclear bomb. It almost worked under Obama and his terrible deal, but not under this president. Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel. This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change.
There we go.
And the world is better off for it. Mighty God, watch over you, and his providential arms of protection extend over you. Godspeed, warriors, and keep going. General Kane, over to you.
28th. On February 28th, the full strength of America's armed forces came together in a unified purpose against a capable and determined adversary. The United States Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, and our reserve components integrated across our combatant commands and began coordinated operations with the Israeli armed forces of an unprecedented scale. As the Secretary laid out, our military objectives are clear. Our mission is to protect and defend ourselves and, together with our regional partners, prevent Iran from the ability to project power outside of its borders, and be ready for follow-on actions as appropriate. Across every domain, land, air, sea, cyber, the U.S. Joint Force delivered synchronized and layered effects designed to disrupt, degrade, deny, and destroy Iran's ability to conduct and sustain combat operations. On the U.S. side, this marked the culmination of months and in some cases years of deliberate planning and refinement against this particular target set. From precision strikes against key military infrastructure to persistent intelligence and targeting integration to the close coordination of the components across vast distances, this operation again demonstrated America's reach, readiness, and professionalism, and that of our joint united force. It was historic not only in the operational scope, but in the level of joint integration displayed across every element of the joint force. And as I said earlier, this work is just beginning and will continue.
Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel.
Explains how the U.S. suffered casualties.
That particular incident was, you have air defenses and the lot's coming in and you hit most of it. And we absolutely do. We have incredible air defenders. Every once in a while, you might have one, unfortunately, we call it a squirter that
You call it a squirter?
Makes its way through. And in that
I'm sorry.
particular case, it happened at
That is too funny.
a tactical operations center. It was fortified, but these are powerful weapons. So we certainly will do, as I said, moments like that as we remember them and we take care of them and take care of their families, only stiffen our resolve to ensure that we do this properly. That particular incident.
I'm sorry. That's a weird one. All right. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth smacks down reporter asking, what are we sending our men and women to war for? Now we get to the questions.
And one for Chairman Kane as well. I understand, to your point here, that you don't want to broadcast everything for our adversaries to hear, but the American people also want to know what they're sending their men and women to war for. Is there a concern of this spiraling into a longer war? And then one for the chairman when you're done.
Did you not hear my remarks? I mean, we're ensuring the mission gets accomplished, but we are very clear-eyed, as the president has been, unlike other presidents, about the foolish policies of the past that recklessly pulled us in to things that were not tethered to actual clear objectives. So we know. We have plans, we have generals, we have chairmen, we have commanders, CENTCOM commanders, Admiral Cooper, who's executing very deliberately to ensure outcomes that I laid out are accomplished. But we would never, in front of a press pool, lay out how long that may take. The mission for our warfighters, which is what matters to us, is very, very clear. And they're executing it right now violently. 4 weeks, it's the typical, the question about 4 weeks. It's the typical NBC sort of gotcha type question. President Trump has all the latitude in the world to talk about how long it may or may not take. 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. It could move up. It could move back. We're going to execute at his command the objectives we've set out to achieve. And what he has shown an ability to do that other presidents can't quite seem to have the aperture to do, well, I mean, Joe Biden didn't even know what he was doing, is to look for opportunities and off-ramps and escalations for the United States that creates new opportunities to execute what we need on our own timeline. So you can play games about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He has all the latitude, and I'm glad he does, because there's no better communicator than our president expressing those things.
Daily Mail.
I've been in meetings with the president for the last 2.5 days. We know exactly where his headspace is, and he will communicate as he should exactly what he would like, and we will follow those orders. And I think everything he said on that is right down the middle.
Well, we are about to hear from him here in about 20 minutes, so. This is the moment American pilots had to bail, from one of the planes that got downed. Dang, man. There he is. Interesting. Looks like it sends down like a little mini chute with some kind of kit. Something else. Yeah. Wonder what that is. Interesting. Glad he's okay. Trump expected to address Iran in remarks from the White House at 11 a.m. Macron says France is going to increase their number of nuclear warheads. Okay. All right, why don't we... Guess we can check out the question portion of the press conference. We only got like one or two questions there at the highlights, so. Really interesting. Look at that. Israel just used a Directed energy weapon. High-powered laser weapon. The Iron Beam. Really? Eh. Well, where is it at? I'm not seeing the laser. Those are shooty things. Hey, those are just normal shooties. Normal pew-pews. I don't know. Maybe that? No, that's just launching that secondary projectile right there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Yeah. Ridiculous stuff. All right. Let's keep scanning. Oh, more footage of the downed warplanes. Oh. Dang. God, I'd hate to be the people under that right now. Dang, man. Where does he shoot out of there? Like trying to get it back into control. Nope. What did he? Yeah, there it is. Right there. Trump commented on the strikes against Iran, saying the United States has not even started hitting them hard yet, warning that the big wave hasn't even happened and the big one is coming soon, describing current operations as only the beginning. Oh.
Than the other countries tend to do.
Oh, interesting. A historical clip of his comments on Iran.
When you get the respect of the other countries,
It's unfortunately ridiculously quiet.
The other countries tend to do a little bit as you do, and you can create the right attitudes. The Iranian situation is a case in point. That they hold our hostages is just absolutely and totally ridiculous. That this country sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror. And I don't think they'd do it with other countries. I honestly don't think they'd do it with other countries.
Obviously, you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation, and I believe that we should have done it, and I'm very disappointed that we didn't do it, and I don't think anybody would have held us in abeyance. I don't think anybody would have been angry with us, and we had every right to do it at the time. I think we've lost the opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, no more. Took care of business, I guess. It was 30 years ago. More than. October 1980. Okay. Boring, boring, boring. Me. Boring. Oh my good gracious, this garbage, I swear. Every account responsible for pushing this, shameful. Shameful. It's ridiculous.
Receiving their awards. And
like, this is so clearly AI generated.
And I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes.
He's a fucking weirdo. Sure. But like, come on.
Then I was like a novice. But
what's this? Oh, yikes. Wow. Mark Cuban, the Democrat Party should emulate Mamdani on social media. Democrats should hire his team and pay them $10 million each.
Mamdani here in New York.
We called him Mamdani.
Right, he's Trump Jr. He's a little clone of him. James Tallarico.
What?
Mamdani. You know what they have in common?
No.
They both grew up in an era where Donald Trump was the dominant politician that was dominated by social media. And you look at Mamdani, brilliant at social media, right? I told the Democrats they should hire his team, pay him $10 million each to take them from him, because that'll get them further along than buying $50 million worth of ads on linear media. Mamdani here in New York, right? He's Trump Jr. He's a little clone of Trump. James Tallarico and Mamdani.
Such a jackhole. All right. Pahlavi, all right.
King or future president or future whatever. I'm totally focused on my mission in life, which is let me bring the country to a point that they can make that free choice.
Dude, look at that honker, man. Oh, what a nose. That is a strong nose.
Accomplished.
You imagine peace with Israel?
Of course.
Is that like even real? Is that photoshopped?
In modern
it can't be real
history, Iran actually gave refuge to Jews that were escaping the Nazis during the Second World War.
What? It can't be real, right? Right? I think that guy does AI stuff.
And he will.
Yeah, it's rather strong nose though. He did increase the size a little bit, but man, look at that thing. That is too funny. All right, let's go to the end of that press conference. We got 10 minutes left here. Oh, I guess it would be DoD or sorry, Department of War. There it is.
Options for consideration by the Secretary and the President.
200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years. We've proven that you can achieve objectives that advance.
Thank you for your time.
Here we go.
What percentage of Iranian long-strike capabilities are still in the fight, and what is our exit strategy here, and when will it be deployed?
Well, they have long-range strike capabilities, which we are hyper-focused on. The brief we got just this morning, Admiral Cooper knows exactly and precisely what kind of threat matrix he's looking at, the way they might change their techniques, and how we adapt to that. So we're making sure the theater commander has absolutely everything he needs. I mean, one of the things the chairman mentioned is for months and months, even before we built up, we ensured that we had maximum defensive capabilities in theater to allow the president the decision space in the future. So even before this build up in the last 30 days, we discreetly brought defensive assets in to make sure, understanding that there are Iranian capabilities. As far as time frame, I would never hang a time frame from our perspective. The commander-in-chief sets the op tempo and terms of this fight. As I said, it's on his terms. And we'll make sure that Admiral Cooper and his team have everything they need, not just to defend. I mean, the best defense is good offense. And so we're aggressively pushing into that airspace over that southern flank to ensure that we control it and we destroy anything that moves that would attempt to shoot us. Think of it as shooting the archer instead of the arrows. That's where we want to be. And we have the kind of exquisite intelligence to get over the top, find that and destroy it. It won't happen overnight. This is a big battle space with a lot of capabilities. That's part of the reason why it's such a threat to us. That's why I talk about conventional umbrella to blackmail nuclear ambitions. They were building up this conventional arsenal in order to ensure that no one would ever block them from their ability to get nuclear weapons. So we're very clear-eyed about the nature of this Iranian threat, and we're going to get after it. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for the question. The only thing I'll add is that unlike an operation, a single operation like Midnight Hammer or Absolute Resolve, it'll take some time for us to conduct battle damage assessment, and the targeting cycle that CENTCOM will run will take those things into effect. Admiral Cooper will adjust his plan and fires accordingly to ensure that we're attriting that. He's focused on long-range strike capability coming out of the enemy, and that's a key and essential part of it.
Of the capabilities that still exist from the enemy front.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say we're still doing BDA. Normally we'd be able to see a singular thing and we'd assess pretty quickly. He's doing offense and assessment simultaneously, so it'll take longer for us to assess than it would in a single operation.
Secretary Hegseth, thank you. Reagan Reese with the Daily Caller. 2 questions for you. The president said yesterday in his video message that we will leave Iran when we complete all of our objectives. What are our objectives, and can you share more information on how the soldiers who were killed were killed?
Well, I laid out the objectives, as did the chairman. They're completely nested. I mean, Iran has an ability to project power against us and our allies in ways that we can't tolerate. So whether that's ballistic missiles and drones, so offensive capabilities, effectively their Navy, which would attempt to set other terms and impose different costs, drone capabilities, which we laid out there. And ultimately, though, this tying it back to Midnight Hammer, the president has been willing to make a deal. You can't have a nuclear bomb. Radical Islamists can't have a nuclear bomb that they wield against the world. He gave them every single opportunity. Then we precisely took it away. And even then, after that, they didn't have that. They didn't come to the table with a willingness to give it away. So ultimately, those nuclear ambitions, which never ceased, are something that had to be addressed as well. So that's a discrete sense of what's being addressed here to ensure that they can't use that conventional umbrella to continue a pursuit of nuclear ambitions. And then, as it pertains to the U.S. casualties, that particular incident was, you have air defenses and the lot's coming in and you hit most of it, and we absolutely do. We have incredible air defenders. Every once in a while you might have one, unfortunately we call it a squirter that makes its way through, and in that particular case it happened to hit a tactical operations center that was fortified, but these are powerful weapons. So we certainly will do, as I said, moments like that, as we remember them and we take care of them and take care of their families, only stiffen our resolve to ensure that we do this properly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right here.
Thank you, Secretary Hegseth. I had 2 questions for you. First, are there currently any American boots on the ground in Iran?
No, but we're not going to go into the exercise of what we will or will not do. I think it's one of those fallacies for a long time that this department or presidents or others should tell the American people, and our enemies, by the way, here's exactly what we'll do. Here's exactly how long we'll go. Here's exactly how far we'll go. Here's what we're willing to do and not do. It's foolishness. And so President Trump ensures that our enemies understand we'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests. But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years. We've proven that you can achieve objectives that advance American interests without being foolish about it. Now, will we be bold about it? Are we willing to be decisive about it? Do we put months and months of planning into what kind of effects we want to achieve? Absolutely. But going forward, why in the world would we tell you, the enemy, anybody, what we will or will not do in pursuit of an objective? We fight to win. We fight to achieve the objectives the President of the United States has laid out. And we will do so unapologetically. Thank you.
Is there any significance to Israel carrying out the strike to kill the Ayatollah? And I wanted to know, what was your immediate reaction to finding out about his killing?
I think Israel did a great job in the conduct of that operation.
President Trump put a 4-week timeline on it. Are you
Please.
saying that's wrong?
Yeah, thank you. You mentioned during the briefing, General Kane, that there would be additional troops sent to the region. Could you say how many troops currently are involved in this operation and how many additional troops are planned to go in this next phase?
I don't want to talk specifics because that would tip the enemy off. We have more tactical aviation flowing into theater just based on the time it took to get it out there. I think we're just about where we want to be in terms of total combat capacity and total combat power for Admiral Cooper. One of the things, though, that a commander, he'll consistently assess the trajectory of the campaign. Is he on or off trajectory? And then make an ask of the joint force, which will then develop options for consideration by the Secretary and the President to either increase or in some cases decrease the amount of combat capability that we have over there.
I heard the question about 4 weeks. It's the typical NBC sort of gotcha type question. President Trump has all the latitude in the world to talk about how long it may or may not take. 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. It could move up. It could move back. We're going to execute at his command the objectives we've set out to achieve. And what he has shown an ability to do that other presidents can't quite seem to have the aperture to do, well, I mean, Joe Biden didn't even know what he was doing, is to look for opportunities and off-ramps and escalations for the United States that creates new opportunities to execute what we need on our own timeline. So you can play games about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He has all the latitude, and I'm glad he does, because there's no better communicator than our president expressing those things.
To the Daily Mail.
I've been in meetings with the president for the last 2.5 days. We know exactly where his headspace is, and he will communicate as he should exactly what he would like, and we will follow those orders. And I think everything he said on that is right down the middle.
Chairman, did you
absolutely.
have
Yes, right there. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Secretary. I left my hometown of Sakis in Iranian Kurdistan in 1996. Can you promise that I will be able to return home safely this year? And I have a following question too, please.
I appreciate the question. I'm not here to place guarantees on that, but I think the message the president has given has been clear to the people of Iran. This is your moment. The world was seized by these crowds. And then seized by the reality of this regime killing tens of thousands of innocent protesters. So we saw the nature of the regime yet again exposed. We saw many of the Iranian people seek a change there. This is their moment to take advantage of it, for sure.
You served in Iraq and know that no American soldiers were killed in Kurdistan. The Kurdish people are very pro-American. Will you continue protect Kurdistan and Peshmerga as loyal ally of the United States? Why I'm asking this question? Because now Kurdistan is under attack by Iranian drones and by proxies in Iraq and on the region.
I think I can speak to allies generally in the region who we've been in constant communication with. We have been standing shoulder to shoulder with them, and we appreciate their capabilities. Absolutely. Yes, right here.
Hi, thank you. Cameron Arkin with the Daily Wire. My question is about some of the domestic threats, if any, regarding this right now. Would there be any concerns about Iranian sleeper cells and kind of what has the Trump administration been doing to kind of monitor these threats?
Across the interagency, in full coordination. Of course, we're paying attention to any potentialities there. This is a former regime, a regime that seeks to export that ideology and try to sow terror. We're ready for that. We've seen these types of folks before, and the American people can rest assured that we're vigilant on that.
Right here. Secretary, thank you. Kind of a follow up on that last question. There was just this what appears to be a terrorist attack in Austin yesterday. How does that change the operation at all? What effect does that have? And
it doesn't change the operation at all, and I know the authorities are executing exactly the way they should.
Secretary Higseth, and one for Chairman Kane as well. I understand, to your point here, that you don't want to broadcast everything for our adversaries to hear, but the American people also want to know what they're sending their men and women to war for. Is there a concern of this spiraling into a longer war? And then one for the chairman when you're done.
Did you not hear my remarks? I mean, we're ensuring the mission gets accomplished, but we are very clear-eyed, as the president has been, unlike other presidents, about the foolish policies of the past that recklessly pulled us in to things that were not tethered to actual clear objectives. So we know. We have plans, we have generals, we have chairmen, we have commanders, CENTCOM commanders, Admiral Cooper, who's executing very deliberately to ensure outcomes that I laid out are accomplished. But we would never, in front of a press pool, lay out how long that may take. The mission for our warfighters, which is what matters to us, is very, very clear. And they're executing it right now violently.
And just for the chairman quickly, I have one for the chairman. You said this is not a one-night operation. It will take time to achieve the goals. What would be the goal line here for you?
I think the Secretary laid out the military objectives, and that's what we execute against is the military objectives.
Last one right here.
Uranium is. Thank you, sir. As you've said, there are a large amount of U.S. service members that are in harm's way right now. What is your prayer for them?
First of all, my prayer for them is that I do pray for them. My wife prays for them. Our family prays for them. Our cabinet prays for them. None of this is done on a whim. Having been in their boots, having been in their shoes, having been in their flight suits, I know we think about them with every decision that we make and every recommendation that we make to the President of the United States. Those recommendations are made prayerfully. And when I pray every day for them and for this mission, I pray simply for the biblical wisdom to see what is right and the courage to do it. It's going to take courage to follow through on this. There's going to be a lot of noise, and we pray for that, and we hope all of you do as well. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, there's the tail end of the presser from just this morning, and President Trump is due to speak here. Any time now. He said 11 a.m., but I don't see him putting up the live feed just yet. So he should be on his way. All right, that'll do it for me. Mr. Fedora is in. Yes. How you doing, man?
Hey, doing very good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good too.
Good. Have you gotten kind of over the sickness yet?
Yeah, feeling much better. Still a little remaining, but not too bad.
Yeah. Well, it's good to get back into more shape again, isn't it? For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
I've got RSBN here over on the side watching it, so when he comes up, I guess I'll pull it up.
Nice. Cool.
But man, I guess I'll go on with my show until I see something.
Cool. Well, have a good show, man.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great one.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys. That's it. Oh, looks like I still got a bunch of you with me. Look at that. 71 hanging out still on YouTube. Well, that's cool. I wish I had more to hang out with you about, but kind of getting hungry. I skipped breakfast this morning, so we're gonna go for lunch, early lunch. I will catch you all tomorrow evening. I'll be on next. All right. Bye-bye. Have a good day.